This video is powered by YouTube memberships and Patreon. See the link in the description and learn how you can support videos like this. The moment Carl Johnson was left stranded in Angel Pine by Crash, he had only one aim in mind: to get his family back together. His sister Kendall is in hiding with Caesar, his brother Sweet is in jail. You can watch the story of how Carl did this down in the description. But to get his family back, CJ needs money and he needs influence. Over the next weeks and months, CJ would travel the length and breadth of the state of San Andreas, doing what he had to do to earn. In doing so, he met people, made friends, and undertook tasks he never thought he was capable of. To get back to Grove Street, CJ needs to stand on the shoulders of giants. This is the story of those people, those friends and acquaintances that made it all possible. I'm Wolf, and I have told many stories from the Grand Theft Auto universe. You can find links to those down in the description. Like the video if you do, subscribe if you have not. Now, settle in for 7 incredible stories from the world of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. San Fierro is a comparatively peaceful town compared to the bullet-strewn streets of Los Santos and the lights and spinning wheels of Las Venturas. It has its fair share of crime, but its history of hippie culture has led to San Fierro being decidedly pacifist in comparison. And this has given its people plenty of space and time to cultivate peaceful, innocent pastimes. San Fierro loves to play video games.
The Exorbio game system fits in the palm of your hand and provides hours of fun.
Mom, look! I'm playing with myself!
Role-playing games.
It's the fantasy game that's sweeping the country, The Cavern of Sorrow.
People of all ages, usually male, craving escapism and adventure.
Honey, it's time for bed.
Hang on a second.
Then I heard about grown men who like to play with toy soldiers.
War is so interesting.
The hobby and collectibles industry is growing. And one resident of San Fierro saw the promise of this growth a while back. Zero. The owner of Zero RC. His shop has long been a hobbyist's mecca, stocking more than just radio-controlled vehicles, models, games, and miniatures to warm all hearts.
Commemorative miniatures. They're not toys. This is a hobby you can't afford to miss out on.
It's a veritable gold rush in this sector here in San Fierro, and Zero was at the forefront. But in recent months, his profit has been slashed by a competitor. Someone Zero knew well from his past. Someone he wronged. Someone looking for payback. Someone who will not rest until Zero is ruined. Zero has been outsmarted by his old nemesis, Berkley.
Curse you, Berkley! Curse you!
Zero is in trouble and needs an ally. As luck would have it, one just rode into town. When CJ saw what he was up against with his new venture in the Doherty garage, he knew he needed help. His sister Kendall was the business mind. Her man Caesar was the car expert, but they needed more muscle and minds to make it work. The Truth has already found them Dwayne and Jethro, but he knew just the guy to round off the team.
There's an electronics guy I've had dealings with. Goes by the name of Zero. He could fix a supercomputer with a paperclip. He's got his own shop, but he's always ready to help fellow travelers along the path.
Leave me alone, Berkley. This is stalking. Oh, hey, Truth.
In truth, Zero is willing to take on any moonlighting gig to combat his lethal bottom line. His shop is in danger. It's his passion, his livelihood, and also his home. So, Zero is not beyond breaking laws to make money.
Carl, Zero. Zero, Carl.
Sup?
Zero didn't know it yet, but CJ will be his savior in the coming weeks. For his shop, his ego, his feud with Berkley. And Zero would help CJ.
Carl here is opening a garage around the corner. I told him you're the man to speak to when it comes to electronics.
Grade A tip-top genius. That's me.
And what he lacked in modesty, he indeed made up in genius. Not only helping with the electrics within the cars, but ingenious ways to procure valuable stock to help make Doherty Garage a success.
It works!
What works?
Oh, just a simple bit of electronic wizardry that hacks into the state-of-the-art satellite immobilization technology on board our target vehicle.
Zero is not concerned with legality. Any project he can flex his mental muscles on gives him joy, and the money doesn't hurt either. Helping CJ is also a welcome distraction from his failing business, which is on a precipice he cannot see a way back from. Zero calls his new friend.
Sorry, Carl, are you busy?
Zero? Nah, man, good to hear from you. What's up?
Disaster! My landlord is selling the shop. I'll have nowhere to live and no safe haven from Berkley.
I'm looking to invest in some property at the moment. Maybe I'll swing by.
CJ's time in the countryside had seen him build up a war chest from various sources. Work with Catalina, racing, driving in general, and he now needed to make that money work for him and his family. Buying assets is one way of doing that. This is prime real estate, and if Zero RC doesn't pay the rent, someone will.
Oh, hi, Z. You wasn't around when I signed the deeds.
Yes, I know. I was on a dangerous reconnaissance mission, deep into enemy territory.
Yeah, right, sure, whatever you say. I should come through and have a look at the business, you know?
Models and miniatures aren't really CJ's thing, but he had been known to escape into video games to pass the time. He knew the power of games and the escapism they afford. It's big business, but not for Zero. Zero RC is well laid out. Cars, kites, aviation, everyone's favourite action figures. CJ couldn't help but notice his own childish excitement being piqued while just browsing. So why is Zero's business failing?
Hey, what up, Z?
Nothing is up, Carl, apart from my blood pressure and the imminent collapse of my hopes and dreams. Life is nothing but misery, briefly interspersed with agony.
Homie, what you on? Whatever it is, you need to reduce the dosage.
I never take drugs. We all know drugs are for losers and or sex maniacs. And right now, sex is the last thing on my mind.
Right now, maybe, not the first, but certainly not the last. The hobbyist world is not the best place to meet girls in San Fierro, and running a failing business can be lonely. And Zero does not want to be lonely. He's tried everything, even seeking advice from a radio phone-in.
Hi, lonely hearts on the phone, speak.
Hello, my name is Zero. I'm a first-time caller. I am having real trouble with women. I don't know any... Yes, I don't know any. Please, lady, I don't want to be celibate.
He may not have romance, but he has his rivalry, and his rival Berkley is hell-bent on ruining Zero.
Who the fuck is Berkley?
CJ would never get to see Berkley, but he would experience his wrath towards Zero. It's unclear how and when the feud started, but Zero beat Berkley
In fair competition.
at a science fair. Berkley did not take it well and has bore a grudge ever since.
A man literally obsessed with revenge.
He has done everything he can to ruin Zero,
Hey, what's that bleeping sound?
and the latest attack is imminent.
That's him. We shall fight to the end.
They head to the roof.
Berkley's launched a full-scale attack.
Berkley is targeting Zero's communications tech, his ability to control his vehicles at long range.
He's going for my transmitters. If he takes them out, I'll never be able to launch a counterattack.
CJ mans the defensive measures to stop Berkley's RCs from dropping their payloads as best he can.
We've lost the transmitter.
They need to protect the others.
I thought you said you could shoot, Carl. Berkley. As long as we have opposable thumbs, we will fight you.
Despite taking damage, Zero's signal strength is preserved enough to answer this latest battle with a counterattack.
Well done, Carl. Now leave. I must prepare for the battles ahead.
Because this is clearly war, and Berkley is clearly a threat of Third Reich proportions. Zero is the Churchillian stiff upper lip, and he has his ally to help in CJ.
We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be.
Never have so few owed so many. Too little, three... No, that's not it.
We shall fight on the beaches.
Well, rooftops.
These rooftops are safe for now.
Hey, Z, where you at?
But Zero is never safe from Berkley's lust for revenge.
Go away, Carl. I'm very, very busy back here. Top secret stuff, not for your eyes. Go away, Carl. I don't need any friends today. Carl, he came back and humiliated me. I am a 28-year-old man whose landlord just helped him down from a hook from which I had been hanging for nearly 2 hours. Ow.
Zero's natural instinct isn't to fight. He has tried, but he has not the killer instinct to end this feud. Luckily, his ally has.
Look, you gotta get even, homie. What kind of weapons you got?
Berkley's strongest weapon in his quest to eradicate Zero is not the bomb-delivering RC barons. It is his business acumen. Berkley has established his RC enterprise, Berkley RC, as the go-to mail-order destination for hobbyists. His enterprise is not limited to bricks and mortar. He has opened up the market and delivers right to your door. This is killing Zero, but he may have a plan.
I've got a prototype of a miniature plane.
Well, with that plane, we gonna go humiliate Berkley.
Berkley has his sycophantic lackeys do all his deliveries.
And using his own armed RC, the Allies will
Hit him where it hurts the most. Bring his mail-order model business to its knees. Launch the Red Baron.
For CJ, the pilot, this is easier said than done. CJ is yet to gain the flying skills he would learn at Verdant Meadows Airfield, and that would never be as tricky as this. CJ needs to track down the delivery vans, take aim with the onboard weaponry, and gun them down before they reach their destination. All while keeping airborne.
Punish him for his war crimes! Fight or die, Carl. It's the only choice we have.
With every ounce of concentration he has, CJ stops the deliveries and heads back to the safety of Zero RC.
Smell it! You know that ozone smell. Smells like victory.
And for the first time, Berkley is starting to taste defeat. While before he could smell victory, the end to this feud, now the tide has turned. This war is far from over. To spare them, to spare himself, Berkley has a proposal. One final battle that comes with an agreement. The winner will pack up and leave San Fierro for good, relinquishing their RC business and ending their feud forever. Winner takes all.
The hour of judgment is upon me, and I must ask myself if I am a sheep or a goat. Carl, will you be my second?
They are to combat Berkley on the War Games battlefield.
At stake, honor and our very lives.
Zero is to control the car. CJ is to assist in the RC helicopter.
It's a fight to the death!
Not death. Zero has to reach the end of Berkley's gauntlet.
Berkley's headquarters is across no man's land.
And Berkley will do anything to stop him.
If I get the bandit into Berkley's base, he must leave San Fierro for good. Let battle commence!
CJ's goblin can remove the obstacles.
There's no bridge! There's no bridge!
Bridge the gaps with planks.
Berkley's using tanks!
And stop the firepower with bombs, looking to curtail Zero's progress. Until...
Ha ha! Berkley, you, sir, are a loser. Pack up your crummy mail-order business and get out of my town!
Berkley was true to his word. He did leave, taking the competition with him. Zero's business would thrive once more. bringing in plenty of revenue, more than enough to pay the rent which CJ would pick up weekly. Zero would need no more help from CJ, but CJ would need help from Zero. In the coming weeks, in a new city, CJ would undertake a heist, the magnitude of which has never been seen in San Andreas. Zero's hacking and electronic skills would be invaluable in its success.
It'll be just like fighting Berkley, only bigger.
But his brains were never the problem. His ego was. He could not let go his feud with Berkley. He needed to gloat, to rub his nose in it, to find every way to tell him he was the better man. In doing this, he let it slip about the heist.
Hurry it up, gentlemen. They know something's wrong. Someone else is in the system.
Hey, what's the problem?
Berkley did not need an excuse for revenge.
Curse you, Berkley! Curse you! I didn't mean to tell Berkley. It just kinda came out, is all.
Carl Johnson didn't get the smoothest start in life. He was born to a family that loves him, but the streets soon pulled him away from his schooling into the green colours of Grove Street. He wasn't meant to be a successful businessman, to own an automobile empire, but he did. He'd be hard-pressed to tell you exactly how he did it, but like any successful business, it takes hard work, good people, and a solid slice of luck. For CJ, the luck came first. He had not long spent a whirlwind few weeks in the company of Catalina, a vortex he didn't know if he'd ever emerge from. But thankfully, like all typhoons, they move on eventually. This typhoon has found someone new to sweep up.
I don't love you no more. This is my new man. Are you jealous?
He was relieved. But before she leaves, Catalina wants to pit her men against each other.
Now let's race!
CJ would win, but the prize was not what he hoped. Custom dictates it's usually
Cash or pink slip.
But Catalina presents something else.
There you go!
What is this shit?
The deed to a garage in San Fierro.
Carl didn't believe in fate, but as if guided by forces unknown, days later he would be fleeing the countryside on his way to San Fierro, driving the Truth in the mothership with 3 tons of weed in the back. That weed is another story. This is the story of where he went next.
Hey, Caesar, I'm on my way to San Fierro, okay? I'll meet you in Kendall at that garage I won at the races.
That would be the rendezvous, a place free of the dangers that threaten them. A place to lie low, to make a new plan to get their home back, to get Sweet back. A chance for CJ to also check out just what it is he's won. The garage is...
It's in Doherty, on the east side of Fierro, between Garcia and Easter Basin. This is the place. Whoa, Jesus, dude. Looks like you've been fed a bummer.
Motherfucker!
The Doherty garage was once a working Zuma gas station. It closed in 1987 for unknown reasons and has been left derelict for 5 years. It's unclear why it closed, why it has not been developed by others in that time, when and why Claude bought it. It's in a busy part of town, foot traffic from the train station across the road, plenty of cars pass by on their way in and out of the city via the nearby freeway. Other related businesses seem to be doing okay. Wang cars down the road, as well as a trans fender and a pay and spray nearby. The place seems to be a hub. The land behind the garage has been snapped up and is deep in development. On first glance, CJ doesn't see this. He sees a dead property well past revival.
I'm just pissed for all of us. I mean, look, we in a strange place. We got shit to our name. And for once, I try to make something work this garage, and it ain't even a garage.
Then make it into a garage.
Kendall sees things differently, but then she always has.
You know what, Carl? You are a fucking idiot. Your whole life you wanted something for nothing. Now you've got something and you don't know what to do with it. Won't make it good enough.
I wouldn't even know where to start.
You buy a dump like this, fix it up, and sell it. Or better yet, you turn the property into a business. The snowball gets bigger.
I don't know, sis. This all sound big time to me.
Look, Carl, this place is gonna get on its feet, and when it does, we are gonna have money. If you wanna make something of yourself, you gotta let your money work for you.
Around the same time the Zuma garage closed, CJ moved away from Grove Street for 5 years. He always knew his sister was smart, but he marvels at the woman she has become since he left. Wise, driven, caring. Although his junior, he can't help but look up to her.
We'll help, right?
We got your back, CJ.
With Kendall's leadership and Caesar's know-how, Carl is beginning to see the bigger picture. Even the Truth can see something in it.
The energy here, it's fantastic. Oh.
Yeah, all right.
They have a plan. CJ has the seed money for the immediate renovations and the tools and equipment needed.
A week of hard work, and we'll transform this place.
Caesar has the knowledge of cars and the contacts. The Truth knows the extra hands needed to make an enterprise like this work. Because this won't be just like any garage, fixing and improving San Fierro's cars. That will be part of it.
Car mods, lowriders, all that shit.
But they can make just as much money or more processing hotter vehicles. On the face of it, this place will be a competent garage, deep down, a bustling chop shop. Everyone that works here needs to be okay with that. The Truth knows just the folk.
Come with me, friend. They're good people, I swear it.
First, Dwayne and Jethro.
There's these two guys I know, used to work on marine engines, till the mob bought their business over in Vice.
You can watch that story down in the description.
Hey, Jethro, hop in, man. I've landed you a real job. Hey there, Truth dude. Jethro, Carl. Carl, Jethro. Dude, Dwayne. My friend Carl here is opening a chop shop. Jethro's in. How about you?
Yeah, cool, man.
These guys are great with engines, but they need someone skilled in the garage's speciality.
There's an electronics guy I've had dealings with. Goes by the name of Zero. He could fix a supercomputer with a paperclip.
Oh, hey, Truth.
Get in.
Grade A tip-top genius. That's me.
Hey, Caesar, come over here.
The garage has its dream team.
Orale, let's get to work.
Over the coming days and weeks, the garage would get on its feet, attain customers, establish its reputation in the area, and Caesar would work his contacts to earmark vehicles that they could take and shift. But to do this, he'll need Carl's help, and in this, he's worried. He needs Carl to do something. He has Jethro make the call.
Well, I was talking to Caesar and he told us how many cars you get through, dude.
What is your point, Jethro?
Just that there's an advanced driving school, like just up the road from the garage, man.
Driving school? Man, exactly what you trying to say, man?
I better go, CJ. I'll see you later.
Caesar has a plan, and for this, he needs a partner who can handle the wheel in the toughest situations. Just down the road, CJ arrives at Turning Tricks.
Welcome to the Advanced Driving School.
CJ has not seen the inside of a classroom for years. Paying attention was never his strong suit, but he loved cars, so the practical sessions would carry him through this.
To pass, you must score bronze or higher in all 12 tests.
CJ would learn how to effectively use the brakes, the accelerator, the gear shift, all in concert to bend the car to his will, making the tightest of turns, using the subtlest of actions, at breakneck speeds. Some of the tasks set were at first impossible. But repetition and muscle memory would dial in incremental improvements. CJ thought he could drive well, but this school would unlock a tier of understanding he never knew existed. The final test is a race across the city. He was offended by the insinuation at first, but this school proved he was a bad driver. But now he's better, and Caesar's plan can be put into action to make their chop shop the most successful in San Andreas. The first part of their plan is to buy another property just down the road, towards the financial district, a car dealership that has recently come up for sale, Wang Cars, an expansive showroom in a complex of related businesses. a pay and spray, and a trans fender. CJ does not question, even when he sees the price tag. He trusts Kendall, Caesar, their plan. He trusts the process. And Caesar's plan? Jethro explains.
Me and Caesar have used our contacts to get a wish list of cars, but we'll need to turn them around real quick, dude.
And this showroom, the legitimate face they need to do it. Find the cars, take them, process them, and flip them to the hungry folk of San Fierro. Zero's expertise is needed for their first target.
Just a simple bit of electronic wizardry that hacks into the state-of-the-art satellite immobilization technology on board our target vehicle.
The first car they have their eyes on is a Uranus, a tuner car, a car modded to reach greater speeds.
This gadget is set to pick up on cell phone signals. Each time she makes a call, it will give you the new location. You have to stay close if you're going to get an updated position, though.
CJ can stop the car with the skills learned at school, with minimal damage, and hijack it. But this is harder in the real world than on the test track. More banged up than he hoped, CJ takes the Uranus back to the garage. Dwayne and Jethro will have some work to do. Within Doherty Garage, they don't have the manpower or expertise to get everything they need done. Due to the illegal aspects of the business, they need to run a small, tight crew that they can trust. Some tasks they outsource to pay and spray, trans fender, and more recently, Doherty Garage have established a working relationship with Wheel Arch Angels that specialise in tuners like this Uranus. After work to fix the damage, a respray, and other mods at Wheel Arch, they are still left with a tidy profit within the ticket price on the shop floor of Wang Cars. This will shift in no time, but there's much more floor space to fill. Caesar has 2 more cars he has his eye on. These cars can't be taken from the street, but on the face of it, they should be easier to steal.
Okay, let's go get those wheels.
En route, the friends, and they are now friends after a rocky start,
Hey, get your dirty hands off my sister.
marvel at the city they find themselves.
I like this place, you know? This city. It has something gentle about it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Kendall seems to like it too.
Oh yeah, she's really getting her head into this business thing.
She always been the brains of the family. She should get out the ghetto and make something of herself.
I think she's aiming to make something out of all of us, eh?
Yeah, she the moms of the family now.
She certainly doesn't let them sit idle.
So this is it, huh? Look, I thought we were gonna make this place work.
Everyone plays a part in any success. Kendall keeps the fire stoked and the wheels moving.
Yeah, that's my baby girl right there, Holmes.
Man, you chose her. I'm stuck with her.
The next wheels for Wang Cars are parked in a showroom of a rival car retailer across town. Otto's Autos reside in downtown San Fierro, a showroom with just the type of vehicles and clientele they need. The target cars, a Sultan and an Elegy. But there's a problem.
The cars are on the 2nd floor.
What? How we gonna get them down?
Caesar's not worried.
Can I help you two, gentlemen?
All right, CJ, it's time to roll.
Ah, you a maniac, S.A.?
Follow the leader, you better keep up.
CJ is to follow Caesar using more of the advanced skills attained. Away from the cops, CJ drives the Sultan. The fastest 4-door vehicle you'll find in San Andreas. And this model is fitted with a useful modification.
Nitro! Uh-oh, more cops! Get back up, Holmes, back up!
Okay, Caesar, that's enough fun. Let's get these cars back to the garage.
To get repaired, tweaked, sprayed, and ready to retail. They have stocked Wang's shop floor with a Uranus, a Sultan, and an Elegy, and using police technology modded into a Tampa, they managed to secure a Stratum. The next car on the wish list is a Jester. Caesar's contact has placed one down at the docks.
So he marked the container with a spray can, but it might be too late.
The cars have already been loaded onto the ship. This may prove their hardest hijacking yet. This time, CJ has a plan.
How are we gonna steal a car off a container ship, Holmes?
The same way they got on. Use a dockside crane. Caesar, none of these is marked with spray paint.
Well, we'll just have to try one at a time, eh? Not this one, CJ. No luck, CJ. Try another. Okay, CJ, this is the one. Good work, Holmes.
Security arrives to stop the thieves.
Hey, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
They work together to take out the security and leave with the jester, another big-ticket item for the collection. With their new understanding of the container ships at the docks, the Doherty garage and their contacts will soon set up another retail outlet for their stolen vehicles, taking bespoke requests and stealing and delivering on demand through their import-export branch of the business, taking cars, delivering them to the container ship, and sending direct to the customer. This will keep CJ busy. He'd travel the length and breadth of San Andreas to track them down.
Gotta be an easier way to earn a living than this.
Sure, Holmes, I guess. But what else you qualified for?
Yeah, I feel you.
But these business partners and associates have done the hard work. It wasn't easy, but they've built something. A legitimate garage serving the community of San Fierro. With less legitimate revenue streams running under the surface, they are earning. They have learned on the job on how to build a business, and they are qualified. They have qualified to earn rafts of paper. They have made something in Doherty Garage and made something of themselves. When the actions of Big Smoke and Crash turned the Johnsons' life upside down, they had to flee to the country. And now in San Fierro, they have finally found their feet.
We're almost living a normal life, huh? This is far from Grove Street, right?
But it won't be normal until they have Grove Street back, and Sweet back there running the show. Carl Johnson was already close to breaking. The previous weeks had been amongst the worst of his life. His mother, Beverly, had died. He had been betrayed by a friend he trusted almost as much as his brother, Sweet. And Sweet was now incarcerated because of this betrayal. His home was no longer safe for him, and he was now transplanted by the corrupt police officer Frank Tenpenny in the middle of nowhere, cold, scared, and destitute. He needs help, support, backup. Caesar, his likely one-day brother-in-law, means well, but he can't help in person, as he and his sister Kendall are also lying low. But he is sending a family member.
I got some backup coming out to protect you. My cousin. Really intense, Holmes, trust me.
Does Carl need intense right now? What Carl needs now is comfort, safety, time to regroup, to recover, to muster the mindset and energy to get his brother and his family back to Grove Street. Who Caesar guides Carl to will prove to be the antithesis of this. The moment Carl opens the door of the welcome pump in Dillymore, he will experience an intensity that he will likely never, ever recover from. It's quite a drive to meet Caesar's cousin.
Meet them over at the diner in Dillymore over in Red County.
Across a county he knew little about. CJ was not used to the country. He grew up in Los Santos, spent time in Liberty. He was a city boy. This land is foreign to him. Carl took the cross-country route from his base in Angel Pine, Flint County, through the evergreen trees of Whetstone, into the back of beyond. No gangs, no bullets. It's only the turmoil of the previous weeks in his head that are spoiling this peace. Crossing into Red County, finally reaching the small town of Dillymore. To Caesar's cousin in the welcome pump, he was expecting someone else to who he saw.
Do you want some, fatso? What the fuck did you want?
Nothing. I'm looking for a friend of mine's cousin.
Come on,
Mexican
bitch.
guy. He ain't here.
But Cesar said you was a real man.
Crazy.
Lady, I'm a God-fearing, peace-loving man of the people.
Whatever, asshole. Let's go.
Damn, relax, baby.
This is Catalina, the intense cousin of Caesar Villalpando, and she is here to protect CJ.
Oh my goodness, thanks Caesar. Appreciate this, homie.
But while Catalina protects him, she is going to put CJ to work.
We're gonna take this county for every stinking cent.
While she was waiting for CJ, and perhaps even before this, she took in the sights around Red County, the people, the towns, and surmised this place is ripe for the picking.
I've cased 4 soft targets. A liquor store in Blueberry, a bank in Palomino Creek, a gas station in Dillimore, and a betting shop in Montgomery.
Carl needed money. He was left with little after Crash dropped him off in Angel Pine, and to free Sweet and get back Grove, he'll need a war chest full of cash. This could be the start of that.
Which one first?
You're the driver, you dumb pig, you choose!
As they were here already, the natural choice is the gas station here in Dillimore. CJ knows little about Catalina, except the fact she's a career criminal and that...
You pretty high-strung, huh, lady?
Yeah? And what are you? Some laid-back gangbanger dude?
I keep myself to myself. That's my style.
But she knows about CJ.
Cesar says you got a brother in jail, another brother dead, a mother just killed, and you got a bad cop on your case. You think that is keeping yourself to yourself, amigo? Real cool. You're just an idiota.
And you're real charming, a proper lady.
She may not be a lady, but by the end of this robbery, he would be charmed. Spellbound, almost. Catalina will catch CJ in her web. They arrive at the gas station.
Hand over the takings or I blow your fucking balls off!
This here is bulletproof glass.
Suit yourself, maricon. Change of plan, Carl. We're taking the tanker.
Hey, what you doing?
Drive! I know a guy who'll pay for this rig and its cargo.
Evading the pursuing owners of the tanker, they drive out to RS Hall, meeting Catalina's buyer, Mr. Whitaker.
Never seen it, never saw you, never gave you this wad of cash.
Nice not doing business.
CJ was glad to have another contact like Mr. Whitaker. He would take and deliver tankers for him in the days and weeks ahead. As abruptly as Catalina arrived in CJ's life, she would leave him.
Goodbye.
Like a passing tornado, he was left relieved, but devastated. CJ would meet that tornado again, in some ways, gladly. They had more places on Catalina's list. Part of CJ never wanted to see her ever again, but paradoxically, another part could not wait to be in her company once more. A while later, she calls.
Where you been, asshole? You been hanging out with those sticky putas.
Where was this coming from?
No, if you just let me...
Just silence! Get up here! We've got places to rob!
Catalina has a hideout here in Red County, just north of Dillimore, a small cabin in Fern Ridge, a place that is likely not hers. Perhaps it was empty when she found it, perhaps the people that lived here vacated for her. CJ didn't like that Catalina was angry with him. He wants to make her happy. He wants to please her.
Hey, Catalina, baby, it's me. Hey, baby, I'm sorry. We got off on the wrong foot. Don't be mad. Baby, please.
Here, cabrón.
Oh, baby. I'm so sorry, baby.
What was that?
Please forgive me, baby.
How you going to prove you're sorry?
I'm gonna play with you so rough, baby.
Keep talking.
Yeah. I'll take you to rob banks and shit.
Oh?
I'll let you kill anyone you want to kill. Just please don't shoot
Carl,
me.
I think I love you.
A strange duality occurred in Carl the moment he met Catalina. He was repulsed and compelled. He shuddered at the thought of her and at the same time experienced the stomach-flipping butterflies of love at the very sight of her. What is this paradox? At this moment he wants to be 1,000 miles away from her and wants to be right here too, in her presence.
Shit, that's great. Yeah, fantastic. You wanna go rob some shit, baby?
Next they head west to Blueberry.
Today, I feel like killing all the men I meet.
Oh, baby.
Don't worry, I make an exception for some of the men in my life. Now drive faster!
In Blueberry, they pause outside the liquor store, their next target.
This place will be a walk in the park.
You mean like the last place?
Who are these cowboy assholes?
Although out in the country, CJ and Catalina are not the only criminals. Some local bandits have the same idea.
We got the cash. Let's get out of here.
Those maricon bastards have our money. Please, to the
pair, atop a quad, chase down the liquor store bandits.
Stop shooting that thing right next to my ear!
You're driving like an old lady! Carl, you are too slow! I'm very fucking shit!
They slay the bandits and retrieve the cash. Another haul for this unlikely pair.
You're fucking psycho!
All you little men are scared of strong women.
You went berserk back there.
That was just another day at the office! You can't stand the heat? Go put your tiny balls in the freezer. Okay, Carl, let's get back to the hideout.
He's petrified of her, but so glad to be near Catalina. It was exhilarating to work alongside her, and they were making money, but Carl needs more.
You come and see me again soon. We rob a real bank.
He would come back the next day, ready to rob. But Catalina was not quite ready to leave just yet.
In here, mi amor.
Alright, come on, let's go!
You get your sorry ass in here right now, Carl Johnson, or I shove a fucking hand grenade up it.
Alright, I'm coming. What in hell's name is that? I ain't into that shit.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, baby, please, no. Ow! Hey! Hey! Oh, shit!
Yes! Faster! Harder! Yes!
Maybe we can go out and rob now?
Soon, for Catalina, after the sadism comes the jealousy.
Carl, I say I'm in love with you, and you act like I'm an idiot. I see the way you look at other women. I know you're kind, Carl. I am serious. I will kill you if you ever mess around. I will castrate you first, then I will make you eat them.
Enough! I need some fucking money.
Okay, maybe today we hit it big.
Today they head to Montgomery, to an establishment named Inside Track.
You want to rob a betting shop?
And Catalina has prepared the equipment needed to do it.
Satchel charges. Where the hell'd you get them?
Catalina holds up the staff.
Open the back room door or I blow your fucking face off! Leave the panic button or I'll kill your children too! Stupid fucking bitch! Eat my shit! Get in there and open the safe!
Using the satchel charges, Carl gets the money.
Get in the fucking car!
And they leave Montgomery away from the attentions of the county police. Disguise their getaway car at the Pay and Spray in Dillymore, onwards to their loathed lovers' hideout in Fern Ridge. They make a big chunk from the betting shop, and Catalina is proving a great way to get more of the money Carl needs. But he can see that her crazy is getting crazier. This can only end one way, and that will not be good for Carl.
You're a great girl and all, but you gotta calm down. I know some cold-blooded cats wouldn't act like you.
You know why I act like this?
No.
I'm in love, Carl. A woman's heart is a tempestuous place, and you will break my heart. Sometimes I want to kill us both.
Please, don't do that. Just relax a little.
Carl needs a way out, or Catalina will dig a grave for him. One last job with Catalina will leave him with a good start towards getting Sweet back. One more job, then he's out. But how do you escape a woman like this? Catalina calls.
Get your ass up here, now! You better hope I don't make testicle kebabs when you arrive!
On the long, winding ride up to Fern Ridge, CJ runs through what he's going to say. The collection of words he'll need in just the right order that will allow him to leave her thrall unharmed, and richer than when he became caught in it. But there were no words. Carl's fate was not up to him anymore. How could he ever leave? Catalina has words for him.
Asshole! You all the fucking same, eh? Fuck this, fuck that, well fuck you!
Baby, I'm sorry.
I gave to you as a woman. No more! From now on, we just business partners, okay?
Can he be that lucky?
Hey, if that's how you want it.
She is taking him off the hook, but will she release him? There is one more job on Catalina's list. A bank in Palomino Creek. If that goes well, maybe he can get out of this alive. He needs to do something to lighten her spirits.
I'm in a really bad fucking mood. Today, I kill everybody who fucks with me. Especially you. Move!
Why was Catalina the way she was? How does a woman get to be this angry, sadistic and hateful? Their brief relationship was not one where they had time or inclination to confide in each other their past, but it's clear that her parents weren't there for her, and the stepfather that was treated her much the way she now treats men, like the men she killed in the betting shop.
They had to die because you were slow and stupid, like a big fat brat that eats chocolates while his father gives nothing to his stepdaughter but stale bread.
What? Where'd that come from?
Enough! I'm not speaking to you anymore.
They arrive at the bank. Catalina takes charge.
You're on crowd control, so don't take any shit.
Whichever way this turns out, Carl needs this to be the last time he works with Catalina. So he needs to do this right. Everything by the book, nothing to upset her.
Don't even think about doing anything, motherfucker!
Hand over every last dollar! Now, bitch! I'm going to empty the safe! Keep these idiots covered!
Alright, you heard the lady. No heroic shit. Oh, shit!
Shit! I give you one simple job, idiota!
We know you're in there. The game's up. Come on out.
Catalina has the cash. CJ gets more from the ATMs.
Follow me!
Through the waiting cops.
Grab a bike and follow me! Do you think you can keep up with a real woman?
Out of the town, over the broken bridge. Free for a moment. But the cops of Montgomery close them down and unseat Catalina.
Take me home now, big man! There you go.
Thanks.
One day, Carl Johnson, you will realize she truly loved me and your heart will break in two. Goodbye.
She's let him go. He's free. And for the Palomino Creek bank job, she gives him $10,000. He has his money and his life, and he is free. And his heart is far from broken. He is utterly relieved. Carl would see Catalina once more. She was at Wuzi Mu's race meet.
This Carl? This is my new man. Are you jealous?
Another fly caught in her web, Claude. A man she would spend many years with, driving and robbing their way across the country toward Liberty City. And in parting with him there, she would not show him the mercy she showed Carl.
Sorry, babe. I'm an ambitious girl.
Claude would survive that shot, but Catalina would not survive that betrayal. Watch the story of Grand Theft Auto 3 right after this, down in the description. Carl doesn't know why Catalina released her hold over him, but he is lucky to have escaped. It seems a decision that Catalina would continue to regret. Carl Johnson would never see Catalina again, but he would hear from her. As he travelled through the state of San Andreas, doing what he had to do for himself, his family, the people he meets and the enemies that have their hold over him, he would every now and then receive a call.
I know it's you stinking perro. This is my heart you play with. Hello, Claude, baby. I thought I called to say how much I love you and how well endowed you are.
Nah, Catalina, it's Carl.
Oh, Carl, no time, bye! Yes, Claude! Faster, harder, deeper! And you, Carl, you are jealous!
Damn! Gotta change my number.
Carl would be forever changed by the woman he met here in Red County. When he arrived, he was a man broken down to the studs. Easy prey for Catalina. But despite the abuse, sadistic sex and constant threat of death, he grew stronger under her care and richer. That's good, because Sweet needs him now, and Carl, completing his recovery here in the countryside, is now ready to get to work. Carl Johnson first met Woozie at one of his regular race meets in Red County. It was clear to CJ that he was important, connected, and there was also something else about him that he couldn't place.
Wuzi Mu, but my friends call me Woozie. How you doing?
CJ would find out soon about Woozie's curse. That curse certainly didn't affect his racing. Wuzi made a good showing alongside the other cars in the race, but Carl soon took the lead and won $5,000 for his victory. The countryside was proving fruitful, but he needed the cash for the Truth's weed and his ongoing quest to free his brother, Sweet.
Be careful, CJ.
Sure.
Caesar warned CJ against trusting Woozie. But in the short time he spent in his company, he saw nothing that would earn his mistrust. In fact, he seemed to be a man of his word. And CJ made an impression on Woozie too.
And I never mind losing to a guy who's willing to push himself right to the edge. If you ever find yourself in San Fierro, give me a call. Maybe we can do a little business together.
Later, Carl would find himself in San Fierro, because San Fierro was a place to lie low, make their new garage work, and hunt down leads on Big Smoke's burgeoning drug empire. Big Smoke does business with the Loco Syndicate here in SF. It is Wuzi Mu that helps CJ develop that lead. Carl had meant to call Woozie on his arrival into San Fierro, but the garage had taken up much of his time. Instead, Woozie would call on Carl.
What's up, Woozie?
I was just explaining to your brother-in-law that we were friends.
Oh, yeah?
Woozie is the leader of the Mountain Cloud Boys, a triad gang here in San Fierro. He is an underboss to the Shuk Fu of the San Fierro triads, Ran Fa Li. He saw a friend in CJ, and that's good, because Wuzi Mu and the triads, they need a friend right now. Here, in the Doherty garage, Woozie was happy to help CJ discern the identity of Big Smoke's drug suppliers.
Why don't you go take a look?
Well, his right-hand man Guppy was, anyway.
These guys, they're the Loco Syndicate. They're pretty big time, I think.
CJ would find just how big in the coming weeks. Amongst all this, the garage, the Loco Syndicate, Carl finally finds time for his new friend.
I own a little betting shop in Chinatown. Just come round and introduce yourself.
Chinatown lies at the heart of San Fierro, just west of downtown. This is true triad turf, the proud home of their gambling enterprise and other criminal revenue streams. A bustling hub of food and entertainment for both the Chinese that live here and others looking to enjoy this vibrant neighborhood. Traditionally, it's a safe part of town. Although operated by a criminal underworld, Woozie runs a calm, efficient operation. He won't have trouble on his patch. CJ arrives at the betting shop.
All right, come on, you can do it. You can do it.
And is told about Woozie's affliction.
You know of the boss's curse?
Curse? Nah.
He's blind.
Blind?
And also of his blessing.
He's blessed with unbelievable good fortune.
That would make sense considering
We was just racing cars last week.
with each curse afflicted on an individual, that curse often becomes the blessing that makes them who they are. Woozie had to rely on his other senses and intuition to become who he was, which served him well enough to climb the ranks to become Dai Dai Lo, the leader of his own crew, the Mountain Cloud Boys. He is known by all that revere him as the Lucky Mole. He competes in races, a dab hand at video games.
How you do that?
And the areas he's not so lucky in, those around him find the luck for him. CJ is to join Woozie on triad business.
As Dai Dai Lo of the Triad, it is my responsibility to see that disputes are settled without damaging important business. I'm about to drop in on a local triad that failed to show face at the last Tong meeting.
The Blood Feather Triad have a storehouse around the block. We shall see what excuses they have to offer.
And you'll see how we triad settle things without recourse to unnecessary violence.
On their way, Woozie tells CJ about the real problem affecting their business here in San Fierro.
Some small-time Vietnamese gangs have been making trouble lately. We're not sure why they're gaining any courage now, but I'm nervous about the situation.
It was the truth that first informed CJ about the Vietnamese gangs here in SF as they drove through Easter Basin.
This here's Vietnamese gang territory. Da Nang boys. Watch yourself, dude. These cats are real serious.
The Da Nang boys have been steadily on the rise here in the city and have lately planted themselves firmly on Woozie's radar. But little does he know that the Da Nang boys have a plan that threaten the very existence of his beloved triads in San Fierro.
This is a place. Come on, it's this way.
Woozie doesn't go out of his way to advertise his blindness. He feels his other senses and his notorious luck make the fact inconsequential to his day-to-day.
What's wrong, you lost? Need a hand?
He gets wherever he needs to go in the end.
Just checking the, shut up, Carl. This way. Ah, we're here. Strange, this gate is usually locked.
Oh, man. Woozie.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see you lying down there.
He's dead. They all are.
The blood feathers wiped out?
Die low. Vietnamese surprised us. Cut us all down. Shit! Here they come again!
The Da Nang boys did have a plan. Before this, they were a fly in the ointment for the Triads, but here they are starting something. The first major stage in their plan.
In the car, quick!
You drive. I'll send them back to the sewers.
That looked like the last of them.
Here, a token of the Tog's appreciation for what you did today.
The Triads are at a crisis point. Wuzi must find out more on what the Da Nang boys are planning. On CJ's next visit to the betting shop, Carl meets Ran Far Lee.
He heads the Red Gecko Tong on the west coast.
The Triad pair are discussing news from their Triad counterparts in the Old Country, Kowloon. The recent scuffles and this eradication of one of their Triad gangs are merely just small advance groups sent out by the Da Nang boys from Vietnam, reconnaissance units, paving the way for what would come next.
The Da Nang boys are preparing to move to the United States.
They are testing the water, testing the fences, testing the defences for what they see as their big takeover of the crime interests of this country, starting here in San Fierro. They see the Triads as primed for taking down. Wuzi needs to investigate further.
There may be some trouble ahead.
In the meantime, Carl is employed to retrieve a package for the gang.
A courier has left it in a drop at the airport.
By getting Carl to retrieve it, he is
less likely to draw the attention of the Da Nang boys.
But the Da Nang boys are waiting, further tightening their net. CJ escapes the roadblocks.
You won't get far!
Leaves the airport.
He's getting away!
And evades the pursuing motorbikes to drop off the package in Esplanade North. Da Nang boys running interference here are only the tip of the iceberg. Yet they have the Triads running scared. They have eyes on all Triad operations and properties for the next task on their list. The best way to take down a kingdom is to kill the king. That is the Da Nang boys' next plan of attack.
We were followed here. The Da Nang boys are watching this apartment. As soon as we leave, they will attempt an assassination.
The Triad boss, Ran Far Lee, is in danger. The Triads are shaken by this sudden uprising. But CJ is calm and has a plan.
Why don't you cruise on out of here, lead them to a place quiet, and cap they flat asses? Long as they think Mr. Farley here is in the back, they'll follow me wherever. After a while, you can come out safely.
Your success will be rewarded, Mr. Johnson.
The Triads at large are starting to see in CJ what Wuzi intuited at their very first meeting. CJ is also lucky, capable, and the man they need on their side to repel this challenge to their home and to their business interests. CJ distracts the Vietnamese long enough
It's decoy! Back to Chinatown!
for Ran Far Lee to escape into hiding.
They took the bait like morons.
The Triad leadership is safe, at least until they can enact their retaliation. Wuzi holds CJ up on a pedestal. A friendship he treasures for both himself and the service he gives to the Triads. To him, there is nothing that CJ can't achieve for them. But for Wuzi's next plan, there is something that CJ needs to work on.
How are you in the water? Can you swim well?
No, I can't. Shit!
CJ won't let this stop his commitment to the Triads. He heads down to Easter Basin, takes a plunge in its commercially polluted waters and gets to work on improving his stroke, his technique, and more importantly, his lung capacity. After a few days of training, he's confident he can reach any swimming distance that Wuzi needs. But what does Wuzi need?
You want me to swim around in dirty dock water, dodging little brown jelly beans and Vietnamese gangsters, to put a bug on a boat in the harbor?
Having trained for this, subjecting himself to this, overcoming childhood fears.
When I was a kid, swimming off the Santa Maria, I once got a condom stuck to my face. Horror like that stays with you for life. Believe that.
Doing all this for Woozie, the triads. This is just another reason he has to admire CJ, because Woozie can't swim.
When I'm in the deep water, it panics me.
Woozie can trust CJ with his fears, his secrets. So he trusts him with what he sees as his greatest secret.
I have a confession to make. I'm blind.
No shit!
Carl uses his improved lung capacity to evade the patrol boats.
We got somebody in the water over here. He was just here.
Infiltrates the target boat and quietly installs the bug within the Da Nang boys' communications equipment. This bug represents a huge advantage for the triads. If they can understand the gang's movements, where the main players meet, they may have a chance in turning the tide in this war. They just needed to keep listening, to wait for a specific piece of news. Days later, they heard it. This war with the Da Nang boys could not have come at a worse time for Woozie. He had recently been given an important task.
This is the big one. This is the one that is going to seal my place in the Red Gecko Tong.
Woozie was to leave for Las Venturas to oversee the triad expansion into the casino business. But the bug has delivered. They have actionable intel. The trip must wait. Today is when the Da Nang boys make their move. The Vietnamese had done their reconnaissance, laid the foundation. Today was the day when they start their takeover of San Fierro. But because of the bug CJ planted, the triads know when and where they'll be arriving.
The Da Nang boys are arriving today on a container ship.
As he always has been during this war, CJ is here to help out his friend.
Hey man, look, don't even trip. I'ma handle this for you, alright?
Thanks, my friend. Your help and friendship has been invaluable to me. If everything goes well, I'll call you in a week or so and invite you to my new spot.
Carl joins Woozie's triad men to start their assault.
Hey, CJ, strap in and strap up.
They take a helicopter. CJ mans the guns.
Lock and load.
Takes out the Da Nang boy members firing back at their Maverick.
Hit those Da Nang bastards.
They didn't figure for a rocket launcher.
RPG! We're hit! We're going down! Brace for impact!
Can you see any survivors? No, nobody getting out of that alive.
No weapons, only his knife. Carl can do this no other way but quietly, until he can't. CJ, having cleared the deck, heads below into the cargo area. The Da Nang boys didn't arrive into San Fierro empty-handed. They put the journey to good use with their human trafficking arm of their business.
Keep it down. You want to bring the snakehead down here?
Hey, who the fuck are you?
That name, the Snakehead. CJ releases the trapped refugees.
Please help us escape. The snakehead tricked us. The snakehead is up on the bridge.
The Snakehead is the leader of the Da Nang boys, here to fulfill his task of taking over the criminal underworld in America, starting here in San Fierro. CJ is here to prevent that from happening, to keep his triad friends in power, to help his friend Woozie. Woozie has been there for him and his family ever since he met him at the races, when searching for the Loco Syndicate. The Snakehead is where the refugees said he was, waiting on the bridge with a pair of katanas.
Enough! We settled this here!
Carl leaves the ship with the freed refugees. San Fierro is safe from the Da Nang boys. They have not the strength for a takeover now. They'll still be found in and around Easter Basin, but will never be more than a petty gang. A mere annoyance to the Chinese gang. Their plan to dominate the country is foiled forever. This city belongs to the Triads. Before Wuzi leaves for Las Venturas, he returns the favour. His Triads help Carl take down the Loco Syndicate. One step closer to taking down Big Smoke and getting back his brother. And days later, CJ would get that call that Woozie promised.
Hey, Woozie, man, what you been up to?
Come over and see the setup, my friend. It's the Four Dragons Casino in Las Venturas. I'll see you soon, yeah?
Yo, Truth, come here, man.
Carl's relationship with the Truth didn't get off to a great start.
Welcome, friend.
Far from friends. Anyone that's introduced by Frank Tenpenny was never going to elicit respect, loyalty, let alone trust. But it soon became clear that the Truth was just as much on the hook with Tenpenny as CJ was. He has the same disdain for the law.
What are you, dude? FBI? DEA?
Right-wing assholes!
Drug enforcement is the last thing the Truth needs. That would not bode well for the acres of green growing in his secluded farm in Leafy Hollow, as well as the host of other narcotics he has at his fingertips.
Dudes, you want mushrooms, lewds? Vietnamese opium. How about some DMT?
But working together with him, Carl and the Truth did what was expected of them from Crash. They escaped the attentions of the feds. And the Truth was instrumental in CJ and his family making a go of it in San Fierro, connecting him with Dwayne, Jethro, Zero. CJ would forever be grateful for that, and trust that was missing on their first meeting was now earned. But what CJ trusted less was the conspiracy theory that Truth embraced. Coherence was the last thing Carl expected to come from the mouth of this drug-addled throwback. CJ blamed the years of substance abuse.
What's with all aluminum foil, man?
Do you know how many government satellites are watching any citizen at any moment?
No.
23. Do you know how many religious relics are kept at the Pentagon?
No, I don't.
23. You see a pattern emerging here, man?
But he forgave the Truth his flighty notions. He was mostly a good guy to be around.
You give off a positive energy. Peace. Whoa, man, the energy here, it's fantastic. Oh.
Yeah, all right.
But it was while collecting skilled hands for their new chop shop in Doherty that CJ understood the extent of the Truth's descent into the conspiracy rabbit hole.
Oh, don't look. Cover your faces. Don't look interested in anything. Picture a pink golf ball in your mind.
Think about a yellow rubber duck.
Come on, dude, what's all that about?
Do you know what a subdermal neurophone is? Now, what if I told you we never went to the moon? JFK lives in Scotland with Janis Joplin, and the only reason we've been in a Cold War for the last 45 years was because snake-headed aliens run the oil business.
But you're starting to freak me out with all that space shit, man.
It was far-fetched. On the face of it, delusional, but the more time Carl spent with Truth, the more his words seemed to take hold. It certainly has with Dwayne and Jethro.
Like, listen to the man, dude. He's real serious about that shit.
Carl explains the phenomenon to his brother-in-law, Caesar.
Hey, who's this Truth guy, Holmes? I don't think he's wrapped too tight.
He just sees everything from a different perspective, that's all. At first, I thought he was just another acid casualty fruitcake. But some of the things he say, I don't know, man. It ain't all bullshit.
Hey, you gonna become an alien hunter, Holmes?
I'll take a rain check on that one.
It doesn't rain much in the desert. A place, in endeavouring to free his brother Sweet, Carl would find himself next. Amongst the dunes, the cacti, the rundown towns, and behind the chain-link fences is a secret place. Not marked on any known map, but a place that Carl would find the truth for the truth. After finding out that 1/3 of the Loco Syndicate was still alive, finding out that he was in fact a government agent, and on the promise that this man, Mike Torino, has the power to free his brother Sweet, Carl Johnson of Grove Street purchases a landing strip. Carl already owns a successful automobile empire. Now he owns an airfield. He can't believe how far he's come from the penniless, skinny kid who was dropped off in baller territory. It's amazing what you can achieve when those you love are threatened. As well as earning favour with the government agency, Carl is also earning skills. And money.
Peace, Carl, my brother.
But the truth is here to give CJ a reality check, and to finally supply proof to the words CJ has had cause to doubt.
Do you have any idea what you're doing for Torino?
Nah, I seem to be on the need-to-know basis.
Oh, no, man. 2 lies don't cancel each other out. You know that. No more, friend. No more. We're not alone.
Get off me, man. What's going on?
There's a place not even on the map. A train is about to leave. It can explain better than I ever can. Boy, this is going to blow your fucking mind.
There is a train. But before that, there is a top secret government research facility here in the desert in Bone County. For the people of San Andreas, in fact, the world, it's the most famous secret there is.
Government officials denied the existence of an area of Bone County that isn't on the map. The so-called place that isn't called anything doesn't exist, and if it did, we'd name it something.
But they did name it. Area 69. Area 69's secrets have been speculated upon for years. The surrounding towns have benefited from the buzz of tourism this speculation creates. People come from far and wide to gather at nearby diners like the Little Probe Inn to share their stories, their theories, and their imaginations, before they move to the site itself to stare at its fences with no hope of ever seeing inside. All of them knowing in their heart that something else is out there in the stars, and the government have proof of it right here.
Come on, man. Tell the people about the desert. How come there's something missing, huh? A map with things missing ain't a real map, and that's what they feed us.
The truth, more than most, has longed to know what government secrets are kept in Area 69. Surrounded by tall perimeter fences, armed sentry towers, and surface-to-air missile silos poised to take down any unwelcome visitors. Alien visitors, appropriated otherworldly technology, mind control. The truth has for years sought proof of these conspiracies he's so convinced of. He has read, chased rumours, conversed with, hunted down evidence, sought both spiritual and chemical guidance.
There are aliens living in the state. Aliens, and I've held them in my own hand. I've been inside everything, seen everything. Remember the first time you did mushrooms? Everybody, go to the desert.
But he has never been inside Area 69. And Truth thought he would never be able to know what was inside until now. He knows CJ is capable. He's seen it himself. If anyone can get inside and find the truth, it is Carl Johnson.
Hey, Truth, do we have a plan here?
Go, go, go!
Hey, hold up, dude!
There was a time when the idea of infiltrating a heavily armed and fortified government base would have been ludicrous for Carl. But since being ousted from Los Santos, Carl has robbed banks, taken down drug syndicates, and killed numerous government agents. He's used to danger, and he knows how much this means to the truth. Carl evades the searchlights, takes out the patrolling soldiers,
possible intruder sighted, condition blue,
and gains access through a vent to Area 69. They all know Carl is here.
This facility has been breached. All security personnel head to the research labs now.
In order to find what he's looking for, Carl must deal with the soldiers too.
Could the owner of the alien culture in the diagnostics lab's fridge kindly remove it? Personnel found stealing alien technology will not be invited on the next staff night out.
The Truth was sure many weird and wonderful things go on in the depths of this facility, but there is something specific he hopes Carl will uncover. The Truth has heard of a particular something that is being developed. It's unclear if he knows exactly what it is, but he has its name, the Black Project. That is what Carl is here to find. The facility is a labyrinth of labs and terrified scientists, rooms with thickened, impenetrable glass, most doors locked down. So many secrets that CJ has no hope of getting to. But CJ needs to find a way to what the Truth seeks.
No more violence. Take my pass card and go.
Opening the doors to a launch bay.
Code Red. Intruder has penetrated the project.
Descending its spiral stairs, CJ uncovers the mystery of the Black Project. It's not a green man. It's far from the image of an alien spacecraft that popular culture depicts. But this secret technology does fly, and it's Carl's way out of here.
Intruder is stealing the jetpack. All military personnel outside and fire at will.
Carl does not know if the design is of this Earth or gleaned from the minds of distant worlds, but he's never seen the likes of it.
Take him out! That's a $60 million project.
Carl meets the Truth atop Arque del Oeste.
Carl, dude, man.
Hey, here you go. You better stash it somewhere fast.
Far out. Have a nice trip, dude.
Hey, wait a... was it too much to ask to get a lift into town?
The Truth, eager to analyse and test the first bit of evidence to ever leave the chain link fences of Area 69. It doesn't take long for Truth to share what comes next.
We got a date with Destiny, man. In about 5 minutes.
Where you at?
At the old airplane graveyard you've been hanging around.
Damn, where is this fool?
Whoa, shit!
Hey, man, look out!
Oh. Not all fantastic things are lies, Carl. Today we'll know everything!
The Truth knows of a government train passing through Bone County carrying a secret. Quite possibly ferrying it toward the recently breached research facility. The Black Project, the jetpack can facilitate procuring it. The Truth was hoping he could be the one to carry out his part of the plan.
Man, I've tried, but I can't fight for shit. You better do it.
CJ is to use the recently acquired tech to intercept it.
Land on the train, kill the guards, get in and steal the stuff.
What stuff?
I don't know yet.
What you mean you don't know yet?
You'll be stealing the answer.
The answer the Truth has been searching for all his life.
Fly the jetpack, land on the train, and steal whatever they least want us to get.
The train is armed, transporting heavy artillery, quite possibly to augment the defences that failed to keep Carl from the jetpack, and it has numerous crates aboard. Carl doesn't know what he's looking for. But as soon as he sees the canister of a strange luminescent substance, he does know. CJ heads back to Verdant Meadows with the jar of green goo.
You got it, man?
I got something.
Let me see. Ooh, everything is different now.
What is it?
As enlightened as Carl is clueless,
everything.
The Truth holds the answers to the questions he has long obsessed. In an instant, for the Truth, everything is now crystal clear.
They will call this Year Zero.
All those people that doubted his words, he now has proof. He is vindicated.
I'll be in touch.
Wait! What is... Yeah, see you around.
You'd think, whatever the Truth knew this to be, he would be bellowing it from the rooftops.
Shouting it from the mountains!
But Truth would never mention this to Carl, or perhaps anyone again. And Carl wouldn't ask. He could see his friend was satisfied. His journey was at an end. The Truth would be around for Carl and his family, at the garage in San Fierro, the mansion in Vinewood, and that moment that they would finally be safe in Grove Street. This was a friendship for life, but the Truth was no longer a man with an obsession for what was out there, to know what was known but not known. The Truth was now a man at peace, and that truth was more than enough for Carl.
Hello?
Carl, it's Woozie. I got a little business proposition for you. Come over and see the setup, my friend. It's the Four Dragons Casino in Las Venturas.
On arriving into Las Venturas, CJ struck a deal with Woozie. If he can help them defend the casino's launch against the interference of the Mafia triumvirate that control much of this town, then CJ and his family would get a slice.
How's that sound, partner?
Sound like we got a deal then.
Another revenue stream to add to their ever-burgeoning business and property empire. The Sindacos were the first pin to fall. Ordered by their boss Johnny Sindaco, they had been sabotaging slot machines, terrorizing workmen, and flooding the tables with fake chips. CJ made them regret they ever set foot in the Four Dragons casino.
Somebody! Anybody! Help!
1/3 of the Mafia down. Through Ken Rosenberg, CJ found an in with the Leone family.
And who's this asshole?
Well, Ken vouched for me. I'm a straight killer.
Oh, one-man fucking army. Total fucking maniac, too.
And working for them, took out the next third of the Mafia triumvirate, the Forelli family.
Hey, what's going on?
Everybody's talking about the job you did on that St. Mark's Bistro. Good boy, good boy.
Salvatore Leone now had complete control over Las Venturas. No more partnering with other rival Mafia families. They were all but wiped out thanks to CJ. Little did Salvatore know that CJ had long ago come up with an idea to hit the Mafia's flagship resort.
What we need is to hit the Mafia casino.
The symbol of their power here in LV, located in prime position on LV's famous strip, Caligula's Palace. And while working for the Leones, CJ had unfettered access to come and go as he pleased.
Hey, Woozie, I think I found a way to scope Caligula's casino without causing too much suspicion.
He knows the layout, the comings and goings of staff, most importantly, where the money is kept. Carl Johnson has a kernel of a plan in his head, but he needs a team, minds to develop it, hands to carry it out, and the equipment to make it a success. He has overcome so much in the weeks since Big Smoke revealed his treachery. The garage, the Loco Syndicate, the government agents, but those are nothing compared to this. CJ is about to undertake the biggest casino heist ever attempted in the history of San Andreas. Not bad for a buster from the Grove.
Hey, hitting a casino isn't like gangbanging. It's a whole different league.
Woozie doesn't mean to be negative, but few have the resilient confidence that CJ exudes these days.
Yeah, you right. It'll take some planning, but I'm down. She always wanted to pull a heist.
And this will be the biggest heist of them all. Caligula's Palace, nestled prominently between the lesser resorts of the Clown's Pocket and Royal Casino, covering more real estate than them all. Caligula's boasts the largest hotel, an enormous casino floor offering blackjack, roulette, poker and boundless slot machines. CJ knows the interior well, the gaming floor, the private suites occupied by Salvatore, but never has he been able to see behind the locked security doors where they take, count and keep the cash inside a well-watched, well-locked vault.
Listen, you're going to need a crew and some special equipment.
Somehow, this crew needs to access the security floor, overcome the guards, access the vault, ferry the cash, and escape from the most secure building in the entire state. CJ has quite the to-do list to complete. Many dominoes to set up before Caligula's vault can fall. In many ways, these tasks will be tougher to carry out than the heist itself. First on the list.
Yeah, it'll take some explosives. Always gotta blow up shit to pull a heist.
There's an open cast mine southwest of the city limits. They must have explosives.
Hunter Quarry, a mining operation well protected by Chuff security. To access the minerals held beneath the surface, they use dynamite. CJ forces open their locked stores and escapes with as many explosives as he can carry.
Delivery for Wuzi. You be careful with that.
They have the tools to break open the vault. That's the straightforward bit. But to get access to the floor without suspicion and leave with the cash, that'll take some planning and some people. They set up mission control in a room at the Four Dragons.
This perfect right here. This what we gonna plan the heist at.
Anyone else coming?
Among the crew needed for what comes next is Guppy and his triad counterparts as Muscle and Zero, their electronics maestro. For ultimate precision in this operation,
Do you have the layout to Caligula's casino?
they're going to need a copy of plans to the entire resort.
I guess I gotta go get one.
These are not easy to come by. The casino's copy likely locked away in the vault itself, but in order to set up a casino in this state, to get the permission needed to build, to operate, each casino needs to supply their building blueprints to the city's planning department. CJ sources a camera, quizzes the receptionist,
You'll find the plans on the top floor.
creates a distraction,
Everybody out! This is not a drill!
finds the room with the scale model of Caligula's and documents the plans.
Get this film developed for Woozie.
With the blueprints in their possession, they can start to plan with precision.
Is this just going to be extremely difficult or next to impossible?
To lock down exactly what and who they need to pull off this job.
Alright, the cash room is on the bottom level. There's a bunch of rooms under the whole building. Security consists of CCTV, a key code access, and in places, a swipe card.
For the swipe card access, they need help from their electronics expert.
This the security card reader that Zero sent over. Now all we need to do is get one of those cards.
That card would prove to be the last item that CJ procures, and in many ways, the trickiest. For Carl at least. Which is saying something, as the other items and tasks they need concern their escape route after the heist. And completing these tasks and procuring these items will present their own difficulties. But CJ is well conditioned to this type of work these days. To aid their escape, the crew will need to cause panic and confusion at the point of the robbery. The best way to do this is at the source of the casino's electric power. Carl flies out towards Sierra Rabada, positions the aircraft above Sherman Dam, and puts his recently earned skydiving skills to use. CJ places charges on all the dam's generators, ready to blow remotely when needed. To escape the casino with the stolen cash, the crew will need to disguise as a legitimate security transfer van. And to give it further authenticity, have the van chaperoned by police riders in cop uniforms.
Come with me and we're gonna go get some cop weed.
Guppy mans the auto carrier, while CJ commandeers the police motorcycles from around the city. 4 bikes should do it.
Okay, we got the bikes and Woozie taking care of the uniforms. Now we just gotta get an armored van and respray it with the Caligula's casino logo.
The armored van would be tricky. Zero has an idea.
Have you ever seen those helicopters they use to lift heavy loads?
Yeah, they call them sky cranes. We could lift the whole truck and take them to someplace safe.
Then we need to steal a sky crane.
The Sky Crane, also known as a Leviathan, lives inside the military fuel base just outside LV. Heavily armed, likely impenetrable, CJ waits until the gates open for a departing Patriot.
This is a restricted area!
This doesn't faze CJ. He'd not long broken into Area 69 in Bone County for the truth. If he can conquer that, he can conquer this. CJ works through the armed soldiers, up to the helipad, overcomes the armed response, and away with the Sky Crane. The Leviathan boasts a large magnet that picks up an armoured car from a depot in Lindenside. Back across the city to Verdant Meadows where it can be disguised with the Caligula's branding.
Hey, CJ, you never cease to amaze me.
They have the dynamite, the plans. The power plant is rigged. They have the police bikes, uniforms and armoured cars for the getaway. They have the whole team in place. They have everything needed to take down Caligula's. Everything. Except one. The key card. While frequenting Caligula's, while working for Ken, then Salvatore, Carl got to see the comings and goings of the casino. The bar staff, floor staff, bosses, dealers, those that had access to the security doors. Who had the key card? CJ singled out a croupier named Millie Perkins.
Another shift over. See you tomorrow.
Carl needs to earn this woman's trust. to not only get her keycard, but to make sure she does not report it missing before the heist. She'll need to be recruited, persuaded, seduced.
Luckily, there's always one guaranteed weak link in any security setup: the human heart.
CJ enjoys the company of women, and they seem to like him, but he would rather his women be conventional, well-adjusted. He's had enough of crazy. It's not been long since his whirlwind few days at the hands of Catalina, and that trauma is still raw. But Millie is the opposite of Catalina. Instead of holding the whip, she prefers to be the one on the rack. CJ doesn't much care for this dynamic either.
The door's open, Master.
But he'll play along.
You've been a naughty girl.
Oh, I know.
A few dates and a few more liaisons in the gimp suit later, and the recruitment is complete.
Hey, Carl. Just called to say that last night was terrific. I thought about that little scheme you told me about. I've left the key card and the door code in my bedroom.
Millie girl, you will not regret this.
This had to go smoothly. CJ has never prepared for something so meticulously in his life, but this job needed to be. The largest casino resort in Las Venturas, owned and operated by one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the country. If this crew can pull this off, it will cut the Leone's legs off from the knees and free up the city for the Four Dragons to flourish. With everything in place, the crew meet at the Four Dragons. The team take their places in the security van. Zero is on comms.
Carl, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
And CJ is disguised to do what needs to be done first. Carl takes the short drive up the strip to Caligula's.
Okay, this is it. Play it cool, Carl.
Blends in with the other staff on the floor and gets through the security door with Millie's keycard.
Next stop, the backup generator room.
The ventilation system accessible here allows the gas canister to reach the vault room. Those guards neutralized. Next, the power.
I'm going to blow the charges you placed at the dam. Here goes nothing. Wow!
With the power down, the service gate is unlocked. With a forklift, CJ raises it. Woozie and the crew are in.
Well done, Carl. Now it's time for us to do our part.
But the security on this floor are on alert and block their path to the vault.
Not far now, everybody. Stay alert.
The vault.
Okay, we'll set the charges while you watch the door.
But Zero reports a problem.
Someone else is in the system. They know something's wrong.
That someone is a man named Berkley, a rival of Zero's. Both Zero and Carl thought they had dealt with him back in San Fierro, thought he was no longer a threat, but Zero couldn't let his feud with Berkley go, and boasted to Berkley about his superior genius, about the magnitude of this casino heist that he was so important in. This was Berkley's payback. The whole casino is now on alert.
You've got mafia guerrillas coming to the vault.
With the police and SWAT called and on their way. If they blow this vault and take this money, it will be impossible to leave with it without taking on the fight of their life.
Curse you, Berkley! Curse you!
They came this far.
Fire in the hold!
Okay, people, load up the cash.
Okay, then, we about to have some company.
To get back to the loading bay, to the armored car, they need to see off the Leone men. This isn't the clean getaway they planned, but the plan can still work, with one slight adjustment. The crew will still leave disguised as cops ferrying Caligula's assets, but for them to slip away unnoticed, they need a distraction.
Okay, CJ, you're on your own now.
Time to show these motherfuckers what's happening.
The power restored. More Leone goons. Carl keeps them focused here while the rest of the crew can get distance. Carl knows a way. The roof. Carl, packing a chute, has his sights on a chopper over the road on the roof of the Clown's Pocket. He's opened chutes from an aircraft but has never tried to base jump before. Opening his chute immediately, he can't quite reach. A foot race across the strip. Hijacking a hustler outside Starfish. outrunning the sirens, back to the airstrip in Verdant Meadows. Caligula's casino heist is a success, despite the setbacks. This crew has escaped with a fortune. CJ's cut is the biggest he has ever seen, $100,000 for the cause, and the Leones have been beaten.
Salvatore! You're dead. Your friends are dead. Your family's dead.
That would be tough for Salvatore. CJ is a big player now. In San Fierro, now in Las Venturas. As promised, Woozie offers up the contract for CJ's portion of the Four Dragons Casino.
Gentlemen, or shall I say partners?
LV's newest success story.
Oh, I drank to that.
CJ now has the friends, the cash, the power, and the contacts to take on his endgame. The reason he has achieved all this, what he has been working towards, to get back his brother Sweet. But to do this, they need a base in Los Santos. The Grove. Their home is no longer theirs. The Madd Dogg mansion in Vinewood will suit them just fine.
Yo, what's up out there? This is Madd Dogg on your radio. You're listening to Radio Los Santos.
Since the late 80s, the sound of the street has been dominated by the music of one man, regardless of which gang you roll with. If the windows were down, then Madd Dogg would be blasting. From the Voodoos in Idlewood, the Savannahs in Ganton, to the Tornadoes in East Beach, from the boom boxes on every street corner. Madd Dogg has been around for less than a decade, but each new album he's released brings him even more fame, status, and wealth. It's not just the music. Madd Dogg has money rolling in from every possible angle.
In Vinewood news, rapper Madd Dogg was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line.
The thing about Madd Dogg is I've done everything I could do in the rap game. I got clothes, I got labels, I'm doing drinks, I got shoes, tires, rims. Gotta get me a drink though right now, cause I'm thirsty. Nobody can handle me, you know?
One person handles him well, his manager. He handles everything but the rhymes, and this allows Madd Dogg to enjoy the fruits of his success. He has the cars and the women, a manageable drink and drugs problem, and the biggest mansion in the most envied spot in Los Santos. The hills of Vinewood.
Can it be your faith in...
Overlooking the metropolis. A helipad on its roof. Countless bedrooms, lounges, entertainment rooms. A gym with a full-size basketball court, swimming pools, saunas, and a fully equipped recording studio. So between the bouts of endless hedonism, he can create and keep this juggernaut moving. Atop his tower, overlooking his kingdom, you'd be forgiven for thinking this king could never be toppled. But for Madd Dogg, a storm is coming. A nightmare set into motion by the dream of one young man from Grove Street, Jeffrey. He believed so much in his dream of becoming a superstar, just like his hero Madd Dogg, even if his friends didn't.
But I'm a gangster rapper. It's my calling, homie.
Look, Jeffrey, you ain't no gangster. Man, you ain't never put in no work for the set.
You know what? I'm gonna prove to you how real I am. Watch me.
Just like Madd Dogg with his manager, Jeffrey can't do this alone. Jeffrey's dream would have probably have stayed just that until the return to Los Santos of his friend, CJ. Carl Johnson would lay the foundation for the rise of his friend Jeffrey. But over those same few weeks, CJ would also be the complete and unmitigated downfall of the world-famous rap artist, Madd Dogg. To be a gangster rapper, Jeffrey needed to be gangster. In Jeffrey's head, the rep came before the rhymes. First, his name.
Who ever heard of a gangster rapper called Jeffrey, man?
He had one in mind.
OG Logan. And that's a gangster name, man. Like Sweet or Big Smoke.
Those on Grove Street had seen no evidence of musical talent in this young pretender and didn't want him to waste the chances he did have.
Hey, Jeffrey, go to college, man. Make something of yourself.
Don't be an idiot, man. Make us proud. Do shit different, baby.
But I'm a gangster rapper.
But OG Loke's mind was made up. No one ever became a superstar by listening to sensible advice. The next stage of the plan, to build his legend with a spell inside. Not for long, and not for much.
What Jeffrey doing locked up anyway?
Joyriding, parking fines, or some other bullshit.
And after a few weeks, when released, his friends were there to pick him up with another friend he's not seen for 5 years. Carl Johnson.
OG Loke.
Oh yeah, he's a real gangster now.
Look at this fool, man. What's happening with you, Jeffrey? Hey, man, it's OG Loke, homie. OG Loke.
These past weeks weren't wasted. While building his rep, he also spent time writing rhymes. But his cellmate?
Motherfucker done stole my rhymes. He's in East Flores.
His friends may not believe him, but Grove Street always looks after their own. CJ is there to reunite Loke with his work.
Hey, yo, give me back my rhymes, you thief. I'm gangster.
I don't know nothing about any rhymes. You got the wrong idea, man. That was just a prison thing.
But Loke's pursuing of his former cellmate, Freddy, is perhaps more to do with his rep than his rhymes.
I don't need your scrawny ass.
Man, ignore him. CJ, I don't know what he talking about.
Ooh, chase me, chase me.
Oh, my good God.
He's broken my heart.
CJ, help me out here. Don't you say a damn thing, CJ.
Was you lonely, Loke? What's your plans, big gangster? Now you a free man and all.
Freedom from his prison cell doesn't translate to complete freedom on the outside. He can't devote all his time to getting his rap career up and running. He has the terms of his parole to adhere to.
My parole officer lined me up with a job. Ain't so bad. I'ma be a hygiene technician.
CJ drops Loke off at his new place of work, a burger shot in Verona Beach.
Just a stepping stone to greatness.
Loke would commit to this obligation, showing up every day to clean tables, fryers, bathrooms, and any moment he could, he'd work on his flow.
Hey, it's OG Loke in the place. You don't want me to come with a gun in your face.
Yeah, man. Let's shut the fuck up.
That
it's
shit
like
sucks. Damn.
Loke was building the rep, but the rap element was harder to come by. CJ had a suggestion.
Hey, dude, you ever thought about getting a writer to help you out with this shit?
Loke had an idea.
How about if I get somebody to write something for me, only they didn't know about it?
This notion would signal the very start of Madd Dogg's downfall. Loke's idea is to get
Madd Dogg's rhyme book from his home in the hills.
Madd Dogg's rhyme book?
Man, you said you helped, Carl. Come on, man. I'm hot like fire all night. When I kick it,
I'll do anything, homie. I swear that.
anything to help a homie from the Grove, to give his friend a chance of elevating himself above the hood. Most folk Carl had grown up with, including himself, is resigned to a life of banging, protecting territory, pushing back rival gangs, making a buck where they can. If there is even a chance that one of their own can rise above that, CJ will do anything to help that happen. Like travelling from Grove Street, through Idlewood, up through downtown, to a part of the city a buster like CJ had no right to be. The mansion-lined hills of Vinewood. CJ would not bump into Madd Dogg as he quietly stalked the corridors of his mansion. He may not have been home or passed out with members of his entourage in one of his many bedrooms. But CJ would meet other members of his crew, his friends, his guards. He'd see the bar lined with spirits, the palatial sofa surrounding enormous TVs, the studio lined with switches and bins full of vinyl for sampling. CJ would take the book, littered with lyrics and verse both used and unused from Madd Dogg. A book that represented a glittering career and decades of work yet to be recorded. This book was Madd Dogg's whole life, and now it belonged to OG Loke. This was the first nail in Madd Dogg's coffin. A rapper separated from his rhymes is enough to drive a drinker further into the abyss. But what OG Loke would initiate next would bury Madd Dogg. Loke was delighted with how his debut album was shaping up.
My shit's so tight right now, it's about to bust. So you happy now, homie? Happy? Man, hell no.
He has a record, but no record deal. And Madd Dogg's manager, in keeping Madd Dogg at the top, actively looks to stifle new music.
Man, I can't get a deal for nothing. Motherfuckers always want to keep a nigga down. Madd Dogg's manager is putting on me real heavy, man. He cribbing my style for real. He going around telling everybody I'm whack. I want you to take that motherfucker out.
Madd Dogg's manager, Alan Scipio Crawford, is receiving an award for services to the music industry at a ceremony at the Cafe Theatre in Vinewood Boulevard.
And that's the only time he leaves Dogg's side.
CJ takes his chauffeur's car and joins the entourage waiting to collect Scipio.
Come on, we need to go and pick up the bus.
Congratulations on your award. You must be thrilled.
Yeah. I like to thank my fans, my mama, and my dealer.
Hey, man, take me back to Dogg's mansion.
Not today, asshole.
The principal is being kidnapped. Rescue him at all costs.
What you want, fool? Money? I got bitches. Loads of fine bitches. Take them.
Today, we taking the scenic route via the bottom of the ocean.
Our top story. Alan Crawford, manager of the rapper Madd Dogg, murdered. The brutal murder remains unsolved. Police suspect foul play.
The glue that held Dogg together, the rocket fuel that helped launch his career, has been taken from him. Without his compass to guide him, Madd Dogg is lost and retreats behind the doors of his mansion. Behind the fugue of his drinks and his drugs, Madd Dogg is broken. OG Loke has just been made.
I'm putting together a listening party for my album. Yeah. It's your man OG Loke in the house, baby.
The whole of Grove Street are there.
Speaking about gangster, look at my man DJ right there. DJ,
even if some of them find his music hard to appreciate.
Damn, man, his lyrics is horrible.
That dude needs some work, man.
Hell shit.
This house party would prove to be the last CJ would see of Loke for a long while. After this night, CJ's whole world would change. He would lose his home, his brother to jail, and a friend he thought was for life would become his enemy. Watch that story in the links below. Big Smoke's stock would rise in Los Santos. His baller gang would take over and the money would flow. Despite Loke's questionable talent, with his money, power and influence, Big Smoke would support his friend Jeffrey to continue his dream of becoming a superstar gangster rapper. To promote him, buy him airtime, to fill the void left by the reclusive Madd Dogg.
Oglock, how are you?
Oglock! It's OG Loke! OG Loke! You hear me, player? I walk the walk. You know what I'm saying?
More airtime than some could handle, galvanizing his reputation as a bad boy, pushing this as his most marketable selling point.
You know, you get a lot of flack in the media these days. In a recent press conference, your manager came to your defense.
Well, I assure you, OG Loke is the real thing. He's hated women all his life. He's sold drugs to school children. He's murdered innocent people just for kicks. But he rhymes like an angel.
I'm the man in the place. Punch you in the face. A gun in my waist. It's Loke, baby.
You can feel good about yourself listening to this music.
Sheer determination and the support of his friends got OG Loke to the pinnacle of his dream. CJ helped lay the foundation, and Big Smoke built him up to stardom. But what of Madd Dogg? To most, including himself, he simply disappeared.
Where is Madd Dogg, wonder record execs? The rapper has battled alcoholism and egomania for many years and recently missed a concert in Las Venturas.
He still has his money, his album sales, but without his manager and with his dependencies on drink and drugs, he was lost. CJ would find him weeks after the demise of his manager in the same town he was supposed to perform, Las Venturas.
Jump! Jump! Come on, jump!
Come on, man, jump! You got it!
Hey, what's happening? Who's the idiot?
That's some washed-up rapper. It's Madd Dogg. Used to be a real chart-topping cat, real player.
Madd Dogg?
Jump!
Oh, man.
Jump!
Carl was reminded immediately of the things he did to cause this.
Hey, Madd Dogg! What you doing up there, fool?
Do I know you?
Already. Don't be a wuss.
I don't think so, so shut the fuck up.
You still got it? You still gangster?
I don't give a fuck no more.
My manager got killed, some asshole stole my rhyme book. All the kids like this Loco G or whatever the fuck his name is. Some fake-ass gangster rapper bullshit. Liquor's my only friend.
Come on, dog! You just need a new manager, baby. You looking at him.
The idea came to Carl in an instant. Whether it was genuine concern, guilt, or the image of dollar signs, Carl could be the one to do it. OG Loke was a fake-ass rapper. Madd Dogg was the real deal. He just needed to believe again.
Stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away. I'm the best rapper in the universe. I'll jump. I'll jump.
Carl needs to act fast to grasp this opportunity.
Oh, hell no. I gotta catch this fool.
Madd Dogg has hit ground zero. He has found that elusive bottom of the bottle. In seeking the ultimate way out of his despair, Carl has revealed a new way on the other side.
Time to take your sorry ass to rehab, you drunken idiot.
Am I still the top rapper, dude?
Best there ever was. Second to nobody else, homeboy. And the name's Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
CJ drops Madd Dogg off to continue this recovery.
Hey, get yourself straightened out, then we can get you back in the studio.
While CJ undertook the many tasks to help Woozie take over Las Venturas, to get the Four Dragons casino up and running, Madd Dogg did the hard work to overcome his troubles, to claim back his identity. Not long after CJ made his partnership in the casino official, Madd Dogg was ready to report for duty. Day one of getting his music career back on track.
Madd Dogg.
CJ. Clean, dude.
That's good news, man.
But Madd Dogg is sick of Las Venturas.
I want to go home now, CJ.
That's cool, man. I'll take you. Where's home?
My mansion, baby.
Carl would never reveal to Madd Dogg his involvement in his downfall, the loss of his rhyme book, the death of his manager. What good would that do? All that matters is he is there for him now. And with all the skills he has picked up over the last few weeks, he can help him claim his spot at the summit of the rap game once more. One thing stands in the way of Madd Dogg returning to his beloved home.
My mansion's been seized.
Not by the IRS, but Madd Dogg's former drug supplier.
Big Papa.
Big Papa? The drug dealer? You gave your multi-million-dollar mansion to a motherfucking pusher?
During the depths of his despair, he would have given anything for that would numb his pain.
How much blow can one guy snort?
It's not my fault, CJ. I was powerless.
Come with me, all of you. We all going home.
It turns out CJ is ready to leave Las Venturas too. He has the money, he's done the work to weaken Big Smoke's drug empire, and with his partnership with Mike Torino, he is on the verge of earning his brother Sweet's release from prison. With help from the Triads.
Woo!
CJ would take back Madd Dogg's mansion from Big Papa's crew. CJ moved more quietly through these corridors last time he was here. But instead of then starting the process of toppling a legend, taking back Madd Dogg Mansion is the start of building him back up. With the mansion cleared, CJ chases down and ends Big Papa. The mansion is full of life and industry once more. CJ is keeping Dogg clean and positive, and the renowned music producer Kent Paul is here to help mix his comeback album. Madd Dogg is buzzing with the thrill of creation once more. But despite the music returning to him, something isn't right. Something is nagging. CJ could see it.
So what's holding you back?
Whoa, hold up. This is video. I gotta see this fool. Man, that fake-ass Loke.
Loke? But he's terrible.
Motherfucker. I knew there was something familiar about those rhymes he was kicking. They're from my rhyme book.
Madd Dogg was too high to notice when Loke first came on the scene, but the bars he wrote over a lifetime were there for all to hear. Loke stole from him.
And that's my video he's shooting today.
Okay. I say we make a cameo appearance. Just drop in unannounced.
Yeah, that's gangster.
While en route, CJ earns his money as Madd Dogg's new manager. with a pep talk.
Dog, you got heart, you got natural style, you got ice cold gangsters running through your veins. Anybody can get a record deal, but only the genuine article can shake down the house.
CJ, my man, you a natural manager. You fucking phonies! Son, bitch! Give me my rhyme book!
He busting out. Come on, dog, let's get it.
Stay away from me. I thought we were friends.
They were friends. They grew up on Grove Street together. He was willing to die to help anyone in the hood, but that all changed when Big Smoke turned. When Jeffrey turned to Big Smoke for help with his dream and turned his back on the Johnsons.
Smoke is gonna deal with you, pussy.
The only thing CJ could trust these days is family and business. And this is business. OG Loke cornered.
Hey, Jeffrey, you a buster. Straight bitch. You stabbed me and my brother in the back. We all make mistakes. Ain't that right, Alki?
You ain't no artist. You's a fake.
Man, I was gonna give you credit on the next album. Man, royalties? Take that. I got more
bitch,
too.
I should smack dog shit out your ass.
Just make it off me, you drunk.
Excuse me, gangster. I don't think so.
The word would get out about OG Loke and his stolen rhymes. The sheen would come off his meteoric rise, and the world would see him for what he was: fleeting, temporary, and talentless. He would lose his deal with Blasting Fools Records, and its producer Jimmy Silverman would throw his weight behind Madd Dogg once more.
I need hits. I mean hits.
Madd Dogg knew how to make those. And with Paul on the mixer and CJ watching his back, he gets to work to produce his comeback album.
Yeah, sweet as. Come on, you having that, Macca? You having that?
Even before the album hit the shelves, they knew the world wasn't ready. And when it did, Madd Dogg was delighted to announce
our first gold record! Baby. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
CJ would never reveal he was responsible for his new friend's downfall. All that matters is that he was there to save him and build him back up when it mattered most. With CJ's help, Madd Dogg was back and better than ever before.
And in entertainment news, the comeback of the year. Disgraced drunkard Madd Dogg, who was recently saved from jumping to his death by a mystery assistant, is on top of the charts with a new album and a sellout tour planned.
Yes, people, the wait is over. Madd Dogg is back on the top where I belong, baby.
If you enjoyed this, why not catch my story collections for GTA 3 and Vice City in the description down below. And make sure to enact notifications for more stories to come in the GTA universe and many other video game worlds. Please like before you leave and consider supporting this work further by becoming a member or patron. Hit join now or the link below. Thank you to my elite supporters on the screen now who make it possible for me to do this job for you. I'm the video game storyteller, and this has been 7 incredible stories from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.